Welcome back. Let's come on a little journey with me into the forest. Let's take a look at these bears. This is them in their most aggressive state, just settling the interpersonal dispute. I like the use of the tree. It's kind of cute, even though it looks aggressive. Here, a bear is eating an elk skeleton, a little extra calcium. You can see that bear is molting. Itchy bear, hungry bear, happy bear. And so, the most important thing to remember about bears is that bears can smell at least a mile, and estimates have put a black bear's sense of smell between 18 and 20 miles. A polar bear can smell 40 miles. Now, let's think about that. These bears are less than 2 miles from Sechelt, and if the wind is blowing off the ocean and up the hill, and there are some ganky dumpsters behind some big stores and restaurants, they are smelling those smells. And they're also smelling the dump, but that doesn't smell as good as a restaurant or a dumpster with rotting flesh in it. So when we think about why there are bears in our backyards sometimes, we have to remember that there are some rotting dumpsters around town, and that's going to bring them into the area. And as they get closer, they're going to smell your food cooking, they're going to smell your own garbage can, and they're going to come investigate. That is in no means cause for alarm. It may be cause for you to be careful to not leave food lying around, or if you live bordering the wilderness, don't leave your door open when you're cooking, or don't have an unprotected chicken coop or compost, because those smells are going to attract bears that are already coming into the area for more bigger, prominent smells. The best thing to do if you have a bear around your place regularly for the purposes of protecting yourself and the bear is to scare the bear away. Make loud noises, bang pots and pans, and that's of course after you've removed the sense of smell or the olfactory attractant that's drawing the bear to you specifically. Now you just might be on a game trail, like my yard is on a game trail, so animals just come through. If I called some conservation officer every time there was a bear in my backyard, I'd be calling them all the time because they're just traveling through my space on their journey for looking for food. So this is not a cause for concern, it is just a reality. So to protect the bears, the best thing that you can do is wash your garbage cans out with a little bit of pine sol, something menthol smelling, peppermint, they don't love those smells, bleach, anything along those lines if you've had something stinky in your garbage can. And then remember that a bear will respond to your tones of voice. And even though these bears all look a little bit different, they're different coat colors, different sizes, these are all black bears. That one with the reddish brown tint is a cinnamon bear. And this is just a color phase the bear is going through. And so there's not too much to be alarmed about. I've encountered hundreds of bears in my life, living off grid in Tofino and living right here close to the highway or living in Gibson's close to a ravine. There just are bears, and the best thing that you can do is just remember that they're mostly just goofy bears. And they're looking for a meal. Now, if you've looked at enough of my videos, what you'll be coming to the conclusion of is that there are so many animals in the forest here, and each one of these creatures is trying to make a living, just like you and me. They can't go to a store, so they're looking around and sniffing around for things to eat. And of course, if you're throwing bones and stuff out into the garbage outside your house, they're going to smell it. Okay, the forest may seem a long way from you, but it's really just a few minutes away from most of us. So let's do our best to protect the bears this year by keeping our crap under wraps, keeping everything clean around the house. And if you have any questions about what to do with dead animals or things that you may come across that you don't want to throw in the garbage, sunshinecoastrican@gmail.com. And what they're going to tell you to do is to collect the carcass and either put it at the dump or put it along an FSR. And I would suggest just putting it out in the forest at least 2 miles from civilization, because when you put it in the dump, then these creatures just go into the dump. And no, the electric fence doesn't always keep them out. That's just a good start at keeping them out. Bears can easily climb most of your fencing, and they can even get over electric fence if it's not up at a huge amplitude to make it through their thick fur and their thick skin. So if you need help with your electric fence application or to know more about the amplitude, contact Sunshine Coast Bear Alliance, and I'm sure they can help you figure out a great way to protect your chicken coop or your beehives or your garden or your compost if you can't find the information anywhere else. It's not as hard as it seems, and you can even do solid fencing, and that might be a little bit easier. It's just going to be better all around for us and the bears if we can act responsibly to protect. Okay, thanks for tuning in once again.